Evening all. It's a happy old camp here on Trafford Talk tonight as we get another match review out of the way. One that actually we might be on for a little while. But United 4-0 win in the Europa League against Real Sociedad. Fear what fear? I didn't expect that at all. But here we are. And an excellent performance from the lads. I'm so happy for them. They put in a blinding performance. Fantastic goals from Fernandes, Rashford, and Daniel James securing the win. And we've now got pretty much a free match now to literally just rest our talent. As long as, obviously, they don't pull off an absolute nightmare in the second leg, touch wood and all that. But Fantastic night for the lads. As always, I am not alone. I am with Rory, Kai, and Mehdi, who have some contrasting opinions regarding certain individual performances this evening, which we will cover. But as always, if you are watching, please follow us on Twitter and like and share as well if you are on there. If you're on YouTube, subscribe and like as well. Let's get right into it. We start obviously with the result. I need to fiddle with the ticker at the bottom of the screen. So, boys, fantastic night. Excellent performance from Manchester United in Europe again. It just seems as if we're too good away from home. And I prefer we play all our games away from Old Trafford this season. I'll start with Mehdi at the bottom because he has a public apology, I think, which is overdue after some interesting behaviour earlier this evening. Take it away.
I'll apologise to Rashford for saying he's playing against us, but I just want Rashford to be more clinical because if he went home with a match ball, which he could have easily done, then we would all be here saying it's better than Mbappe, this and that. But I would apologise. I apologise to Rashford. It was a very good goal from him. I just want him to be more clinical. Four away goals is very good. I think that's the tie over and done with. We can rest a lot of our players. I think the whole team. And I told you guys, I'll give credit to Oli when he deserves it. And today, tactically spot on. I don't see one thing that he done. Maybe he could have made the subs a bit earlier, but I'm happy with the result. I think every player on that pitch was brilliant. Daniel James, again, brilliant. Bruno Fernandes, McTominay, the whole team was brilliant. And I think credit to Oli. And if you can prove me wrong and win the Europa League and the FA Cup and do maybe top 4, then I might change my stance on him. But today, very good. The whole team.
All right, nice one. Rory, let's hear it from you, pal. I'm sure you've got plenty to say as well.
Yeah, obviously just to touch on what Mendy said. Like I said, Ole got it right. I don't feel like Ole gets enough credit because sometimes, he does put out the right team. Obviously, it's just the players down to obviously do the job, which obviously they did today. I get, away from home, we're unstoppable. I wish we could play all our games away, but obviously that's just the way football goes. But yeah, Rashford, I've got nothing but love for the guy. I can't hate the guy, but my only criticism is being more clinical. And again, just obviously agree with what Mehdi said. He could have gone away with the match ball as he did against Leipzig. So, if he is to, be that guy for us, which obviously he's playing to be, he needs to be. His conversion rate has to be better, because those misses are what costing us in the league. I should say. Obviously, him and Martial. Goals win games, and if we're not scoring, we're conceding. And I don't mind conceding if we're scoring 2 times as more as the teams we're letting goals against.
But
other than that, great performance. Daniel James, so underrated, and I think he definitely needs to get more green time in the league, because like last season he did show himself, got a few assists, done some top performances against the top 6 teams last season. So yeah, and he deserved to go today, man.
Brilliant. Go on, Kai. I'm sure you've been chomping at the bit.
Yeah, basically what both of them said. Great performance. After obviously the first couple of minutes were a bit shaky, I thought, oh, here we go again. But credit to the team. After that, we were superb. We didn't give Sociedad a sniff. We were all over them. We created so many chances, and yeah, it was an excellent performance. Not Mehdi, Solskjaer. I have to big him up today. He got the tactics right, and he got the team selection right. When I saw the team sheet, I was like, yeah, this is a good team to go with, and he proved me right tonight. So I'm going to give him a lot of credit.
Absolutely.
Regarding Rashford, basically what the other two said. I love Rashford, but if he was to become clinical, he could be one of the best players in the world because he has everything else in his locker. All he needs to do is practice his finishing and be more clinical like Cavani, and Rashford could be up there with the best players in the world. There's no reason why he can't be up there with like Mbappe and them players because he's literally got everything they got. It's just the finishing part that's letting him down right now. If he gets the finishing right, he'll be just as good as all them other top players. Because obviously, like I was saying, if this game had gone differently, and those chances that he missed to come back to bite us, and we didn't score any more goals, and they went on to win, then you say, look, we had chances, we're not finishing. So obviously, I know we won the game, and he did go on to score, but missing these big chances could, in the future, and like Rory said, obviously in the Premier League game, certain times, him and like Martial missed chances, and then we've gone on to lose games. The forwards need to be a bit more clinical. But I love Rashford, and I hope that he can improve his decision making and finishing. Because once he does that, the world's his oyster. He can become the best player in the world. But yeah, great performance. Another away win. Away from home, we can't be stopped. And yeah, just every player played their part. No player I can say had a bad game. Everyone had a bit part to play in this win. And obviously the second leg now, we're more or less through. We can rest a few players and then see who we get in the next round.
Absolutely. I am content with the performance. Personal opinion, Manchester United should go for this trophy. I want them to win it. I'm desperate for another European trophy. I want it so badly. And it's been one of the more favourable competitions, although what we should aim for is the Champions League. And that is given in for a club of our stature. The performance tonight demonstrates that no matter which European competition we're in, we're still prepared to take it on 100%. And Oli committed tonight, even with that relatively, I wouldn't say weaker team, but just changing the personnel a little bit. He's deciding to want to go as far as possible in all the competitions that we're in. So he's got us to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. That's a given. But tonight's performance has not only filled me with confidence that some of these players, when asked to step up, can perform, but also they are capable of putting in performances just like that. It was similar to the Leipzig game in Old Trafford, where we performed extremely well in the second half. The first half, of course, we led 1-0, we scraped through. We had moments similar, actually. In some ways, it's exactly the same. First half, we scored, but we had to kind of absorb the pressure and take the little moments of the game where Sociedad would start to threaten United and have the ball at their feet, especially whenever they were around the 18-yard box. Another thing is, yes, it's a clean sheet. Yes, we haven't conceded, but I still have a problem with the defense. Nothing is wrong with Dean Henderson. He had a good night tonight. He dominated his box very well. He's pretty much showing Ollie that I am ready for that number one spot whenever you need me, because I am definitely better than David De Gea right now. And it's a given that is probably in closer to the day that he will get to that position. The other thing, though, is while it was good to see Eric Bailly play this game, it's clear to see the lack of match sharpness did affect him, and he struggled in one or two moments this evening, especially early on in the game when Isaac, I think, got behind him and nearly managed to nick the ball away on 2 or 3 separate. Yes, he had a couple of moments in that first half, which I was a little worried about. So I'd like him to just, build up his confidence again and try to play the similar sort of way he had that when he had that little streak early in the season, a 4 or 5 match streak where he played incredibly well. It'll take him a bit, but hopefully that's the way it stays. I mean, Kai, you made it obvious you didn't want to see Lindelof in the team again. I see why, but I'm not holding my breath.
He has to start. If Bailly's fit, he has to start every game. If he's fit, him and Maguire are the best partnership we have at the club.
100%.
If Bailly's fit and he goes to Lindelof, then I don't know what you're doing, because you can see that him and Maguire can't play together. But obviously, we still need another centre back next season. That's a given. But until the end of the season, as long as Bailly stays fit, we must start him.
Yeah, I think Bailly kind of complements Harry Maguire a lot
definitely.
because, like I said, Harry Maguire can afford to make the mistakes he does playing alongside Bailly because Bailly will, we'll clear it up exactly. But
yeah.
I still don't trust Bailly enough. I think I trust Bailly as much as I trust Lindelof. You get two different things with them two. Like I said, I don't know. Like defensively, I don't know what's clicking or where our mind is at. But we need to sharpen up because we're scoring, but we're conceding. Do you know what I'm saying? You win games by not conceding. You win leagues by not conceding as much goals. So in like a real, I don't care if we get a 35, 36-year-old defender. You need somebody who is a definite defender. Like shithousery, all of that. Like because the defenders we've got, Maguire and Lindelof and Bailly, they're still a bit fragile and don't really like putting themselves out there too much. Do you know what I mean? So we need somebody that is really gonna go through, man.
Ramos.
Literally bulldoze.
Ramos
go through their tackles and commit. Do you know what I'm saying? Has a bit of technical ability about them, but we need somebody that is an actual defender and preferably a left-footed one as well.
It's a fair balance because I bring it up due to the fact that in that period, that 3-minute period where both sides had shocking defensive errors in that particular period, obviously I knew that Sociedad are not the fastest team, nor are they the most combative in terms of aerial threats and all that. So getting balls in the box was going to be very easy. I think Sociedad will have drilled them on that point last night. But it was also the element of their attack, which we've highlighted in the preview, was a massive asset for them and a threat they could pose on us in the game. And even though they didn't create very much or have many opportunities, they still had that overall individuality in their team that I think still, even if we have this lead, no matter who plays in the defense in the second leg, we still kind of need to be on our toes a bit because European games are unpredictable.
And he takes 1 or 2 goals and then they're back in it again.
It changes the dynamic, So if we have a clean sheet now, good, but we cannot afford to and I hate to say it, we've conceded way too many goals at Old Trafford this season, but even still, I feel like we won't keep a clean sheet at home, which I hate to say it doesn't fill me with much confidence that we will hang on to. Let's say we could win 2-1. I mean, that's great. We still go through and all that, and we're pretty much doing tonight. But I still worry about that defense, no matter who plays there next week, to maintain a clean sheet at home. They could do it. They've done it. They've shown us tonight they could do it on Ronaldo's turf. So if they could do it there, they could do it anywhere else, even at bloody Old Trafford. But alas, let's move on to the attacking element of the game. The more important aspects. United's performance up front tonight was exceptional. Yes, we've heard the scandalous comments from various people on Twitter and here especially that Marcus Rashford should have taken more of his chances. I agree. Yes, he should have taken more chances. But that can't take away from the fact that we still made the game ours in the first half an hour. We dominated them. And he deserved to take the lead the way we did. And who was it that tweeted it? Was it Kai or you, Mehdi? Someone said, it's nice to see that we don't have to worry about clowns in our defence this evening. Who was it that said that?
No, it weren't me.
It was someone did on Twitter. I can't remember who.
No, it weren't me.
Well, tonight the Sociedad team did look a bit like a circus.
They're all over the place.
Great performance. Great goals for Fernandes. For heaven's sakes, man. 21 goals this season. Let's talk about him, mate.
That's the GOAT, mate.
Yeah.
Brilliant performance.
There's not much you can't say. He's come in and he's shown his quality. Like, he's just phenomenal. And, he's really given us hope. For challenging everything. I think his leadership skills is a big it has to be highlighted. You can see the way how he reacts when the team's not performing well or things are not going the way they should be. So I think outside of the ability, I think that alone is something that we needed collectively as a team. We're not getting that from Maguire. So I feel like it's only a matter of time before that he's stripped from that armband, and it does go to Bruno. And I feel like whatever Bruno needs, I think the club has to give. Even if he says sign this player, we have to trust. It's true. We have to trust him.
We can't afford to lose Bruno, but
we cannot. I heard some stuff about them improving his contract. Whatever they need to get that locked.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
He deserves it. And I feel like he's a player, obviously alongside Pogba, that kind of deserve a cup. And I want to say this season is the season for that, but we just don't know at this point. You know what I mean? We just have to see what happens at the end of May. End of May, beginning of June, really, obviously, depending on what cups we're still in. But Bruno, the guy, he's just top notch. He's the best 50 mil we've ever spent, in my opinion.
The greatest 50 mil we've ever spent, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's ideal. He's performing the way he is now. Very happy for him. Gentlemen, how about you guys? I'm sure you have almost the same opinion.
Exactly. It's not much you can really say. Since he's come into our club, he's made us. Where would we be without him? If we didn't buy Bruno, we wouldn't be half the team we are right now. He's just. I can't remember seeing a player that's come to a club and settled so quickly and done so much for one club so quickly in just 1 year. He's already, the goals and assists that he's had already in the games he's had is crazy. Like the crazy numbers he's doing for a midfielder as well. He's not even a striker; he's a midfielder.
He's on 30 goals already.
30 goals for the season already in all comps. He's just an amazing player, and we need to make sure we start strengthening the team more and start winning trophies so we can keep hold of him. Because over the next couple of seasons, if we don't win any trophies or we see him we're not improving, he might jump ship and go to a better team. So we need to make sure that we're getting better players in, challenging for the Premier League, winning trophies, and then that'll keep him happy.
Yeah, so, like I said, I feel like we need to. Sorry to cut you, Kai. I do feel like
no worries, bro.
We need to kind of build a team around him. So I feel like those marquee signings that Manchester United want to make, if they're not going to complement Bruno's game, I don't think we should go for them, in my opinion, because, like I said, he is the glue for our team, especially going forward. And like I said, his goal involvement, I think he's involved in like 52 goals or something like that. Yeah, exactly. So like I said, I do feel like, when we are talking about transfers, they need to get Bruno in the room and be like, who do you want to? It's true. Who do you want to play with?
Messi. He's gonna be like Messi now.
Yeah, literally.
Asking for too much.
Literally.
Bruno's the best, man. He's the best player we've had in years. Best player that's come to us in many years. So yeah, just hope that we can keep him for long, because he's gonna continue putting up these numbers. Can't see him being stopped.
The only thing I'd say is, I think I tweeted it before, I said Bruno he's a very ambitious player, and if we're not challenging for titles and trophies at Man United, then he'll leave us, because he wants to win trophies. You can tell when he speaks in interviews, he says that he came to Man United to challenge, and if we're not challenging, then he'll leave us, because a team like Real Madrid will come in for him. And obviously they're in a rebuild at the moment, but if he thinks that he's going to win more trophies there, then he'll go within a heartbeat. So we just need to make sure we build the team around him. And I think if we can keep Pogba, build the team around them too, because they're actually they're the two most important players in our team, in my opinion.
Facts.
Oh, absolutely. They're solid formation now is now what we need. A 4-3-3 would be my ideal formation. But yeah, Manchester United did well tonight. Fernandes was fantastic. I saw more Dan James slander, but he still scored, so props to him.
Great Dan James.
He got
no slander on Dan James today. No slander. He done his thing today. He worked hard for the team. He's tracking back, making tackles. Yeah, respect for him.
I like about him. He's trying very hard. Like, he wants to play for the club, and you can see it. Like I said, if you look at his performances last year, he in those top big against the big six, he done well. He came up with an assist. Got chipped in with a few goals, went on that goal drought, but do you know what? Like, the kid just doesn't stop running.
He's still young.
Yeah, and what I like about him as well, he likes to press. He likes to get in the team's faces, and I feel like That's our problem. We're letting teams run at us. Yeah, we're going to hit them on the counter, but it's like there's going to be a time where we're going to let a team push us so far back that we're going to be stuck on our own half, and they're just going to we're going to play the low block game, and the goal is eventually going to creep in. That's not our style of play. We are a counter-attacking team. We've got pacey players for a reason. We need to be pushing teams, sticking teams in their own half from the goalkeeper. When the goalkeeper's got it, get at the goalkeeper. When it goes out to the defenders,
We don't
get
do
at
that
them. And the only two people that do that is Daniel James and Bruno Fernandes. But like I said, Daniel James, I don't care what anybody says. The kid is phenomenal. I actually got the privilege to meet him as well. The kid is phenomenal. Like he's really enjoying himself. Even he's the type of player that even if he didn't win there, he'd be like, I'm so happy to have played for Man United. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So I can't for any time that guy plays, he does come up with something. In my opinion,
he's got 4 goals this season already.
He needs green time in the league. Needs it,
and
I feel like. And I feel
switch it up sometimes.
If he played against all those teams where we've dropped points, I feel like he would have made a difference, in my opinion.
Just to check your fact, how many he has? I think more than 4. 2 goals in the Premier League. 2 in the Premier League, 1 in the Champions League, 1 in the Europa League. Hasn't scored in the FA Cup yet, so he has 4. Yes, so okay. Understandably, he's doing in terms of goals better than last season. Performances when asked to play.
Season.
Yeah, he got 6 last season.
Did he get 6? I thought
he got 6. No, it was 6. He got 6 goals.
6. I thought because didn't he score in the first 3 games and he didn't score again until
yeah.
Oh no, sorry, it was 6. Sorry, it was 6. It was 6 assists. 6 assists. Sorry.
Okay, I'll check it. I am checking that for you, gentlemen. Don't worry about that.
He scored in the Europa League game. I remember maybe someone 5-0.
It was against
That's the one. That's the one.
Where's the FA Cup? Last season, he didn't score in the FA Cup. He scored in the Europa League 4 times. Plus, last time in the Europa League 4 times. So 7 goals last season in all competitions. Yeah, 7 goals last season in all competitions. So this season he's on 4 now. So to think if he'll get more chances, he may chip in with a few more. But in any case,
8, 9 maybe, hopefully.
Yeah, but in any case, it's just down to Solskjaer to ask him when needed, get minutes out there, go and get more goals. But like Rory said, I appreciate that he noticed that he presses from the front, which not enough of our forwards do on a regular basis. Something as fans we really like to see is pressing from the front. All the attackers pressing onto the centre halves and stressing them out with little to no option in front of them to play into. It's an ideal element of our game, which I feel needs still to be improved. The 3 that played tonight did that very well. You give it credit where credit's due. James Greenwood and Marcus Rashford are 3 of the ideal people you would ask, along with Fernandes, to just push up and give the centre-backs and goalkeeper something to think about. Obviously, when we play Martial, it's a different sort of press. It's a little half press. I'm not saying it's Martial's fault we don't press as high or as hard as we did today, but I'd like to see him do that as well because he is an equal part of the team in the pressing up in the final third than what compared to the rest of the team. Cavani obviously had a positive outlook in that aspect of their game, so it's great to see. So we've won 4-0. We have had a good attacking performance, a solid defense and clean sheet. We do have a tiny worry about the defense, but I've looking at tonight's other games. I'm thinking now the way we've won tonight. A lot of sides have struggled. Napoli, in fact, are losing right now to Granada 2-0. That's a humiliating result at the moment. Ooh. That's right now. Yeah, 2-0 down. So that's something. Oh, wow. A lot of the sides in this competition, like Milan, big ones. Only Roma won by just 2-0. You have Spurs winning, but doesn't really worry me too much. Although you have that country clashing thing in the next round, so I wouldn't count my chickens so soon. But you never know. We've had that with Liverpool before in this competition. But those, Ajax and Lille as well. I could say they are threats to look out for. Shakhtar, should they go through, Villarreal, because Emery's there, he lost this competition. He would love to prove a point if Arsenal get through this and Villarreal draw them. Oh, that would be a horrible draw. But there's some teams there. I think Milan drew tonight and Roma won. Those are some of the teams I worry about. Leverkusen lost as well. So there's a lot of teams I'm worried about that struggle tonight or squeeze through in tough European games, whereas we've just cruised through with a very good performance. So I've said already, I'll say it again. We really have to try. I want to win this tournament. We really have to try and go for it. So, having said on Sunday that we would be a little cautious and hope we don't get a negative result, the opposite has happened. So, what is your honest reaction now in regards to the Europa League?
Like you said, there are some tough teams in there. I think all of the big teams who either got results or results didn't go the way that they wanted, they all played away from home. So it's a chance for them to turn it round. And I think for us, we rarely get tested in this competition. So for the teams that are still in there, I'd happily take any of them to kind of try and get them out as early as possible to better our chances in winning this competition, and just to kind of see where we are as a team when it does come to clutch time. So I feel like we have to go for it, like regardless. And I don't want us to be a team where we're constantly getting Champions League through Europa. Like that's not our cup. Do you know what I mean? That's not our competition. Yeah, we should give it respect because we're in it, but at the same time, we kind of need to show our quality, which we do have, to be one of those teams in Champions League every season through the domestics, and we need to show that performance in the next Europa games that we do have coming up. Obviously, depending on what happens next week Thursday. So we do need to kind of take this serious and play it as if it is a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. In my opinion, no matter who we get.
You guys?
Yeah. Obviously, sorry. Yeah. There's obviously some hard teams left in the competition, but we're Man United, so we shouldn't be afraid of anyone. Any club, any team we get in the next round, we should be confident that we can beat them, and we can win the Europa League. It's a good trophy to win, to have on the CV. Obviously, we won it before in 2017. So if we can win it again, it'd be very good. To finish a season with a trophy would be great. So I say we go for it. There's going to be, obviously, I said there's hard teams left, and it's not going to be easy. But I think anyone that we come up against next, we shouldn't be afraid. We should be looking to go and win this competition now. So hopefully we can do that.
Yeah, I think we have like I said before, we have the squad to compete in this tournament.
Of course we do.
But whether we have the manager or not, I'm not sure. But if we play like this, we play like how we play today, then we can win it. Why not? Because like Kai said, we're Man United, isn't it? I'm not really scared of any other teams apart from, I'd say, Ajax. But the play, if they play like this every single game, then we can win the Europa League easy. But I want some sort of success this season. I don't just want top four, because other teams are winning trophies around us and they're catching up to our record. So we need to get some sort of success this season.
Yeah,
I agree, but
I think this would be a good trophy for Sociedad.
Yeah, if he wins that,
because I think for him, like he's come to Manchester United. Yeah, you're not gonna coming in with the squad that you've got, the transition we've gone through. Realistically, you're not gonna be winning your Premier League, your Champions League. So this would be a good kickstart for him. And it'll be great for obviously the players that we've brought in who've never been able to get the European experience. So I feel like he needs to take this serious as much as the players. He needs to be looking at his tactics, his squad, and obviously his fixtures, and being like, yo, like I need the accolades. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to walk away from Man United knowing that, look, I've got a BTEC European title to my name. Not many managers. Do you know what I mean? Not many managers can say that, because you got to think, if he was to leave Man United not winning anything, what's his next? Where can he potentially go? He'll go to
going down.
Yeah, he's going down. So to keep his namesake, I think this trophy over the FA Cup will be a good trophy for him to win, to kind of keep his stature as a good manager.
Young talking smack. Nice to have you on, mate. Solid game of the boys. Rashford. I think Rashford had a good second half after a bad first. Happy to see James score. I am happy to see James score too, and he did perform incredibly well. So good to have you on. If you're watching us always on YouTube, like, subscribe. YouTube is a wonderful place for us to make our platform a bit bigger. We're close to 200 subs. Maybe an incentive for you if you hit that subscribe button. We won't tell you about that now. We'll tell you about it later. But there'll be a hint or two coming out soon. Back to tonight, of course. Look, like I said, this competition for me has extra value now because we need something for Solskjaer to prove that he is not a B-Tech PE teacher. So exactly. So he's a perfect example of a B-Tech PE teacher. Anyhow, he's a really good coach, and I can't say that he deserves this. He doesn't deserve slander. He really has to get this title under his belt, something that he can say, I won this, and I've earned the right to now strengthen my team because I've finished top 4. I've got the titles we were aiming for. He's obviously, we have that annoying burden of the Magic Court semi-final wall. Need to deal with that when it comes, hopefully. I say hopefully because it's a long way away from now. Sevilla are not in this competition this time, but they're still very good teams in it. So I'm, measured expectations is still what I would say, because we have just beaten one of the best teams in La Liga at the moment and pretty more or less run through them. So in any case, if we take this one more seriously, who knows where we'll go next time. But I will, still take it easy. This is the last 32, last 16, a little bit tougher, but we still I want us to get through that. Then the quarterfinal is when we get serious. So we got this game and the next one, and then we'll think the draw is next Friday. So we will then find out who we play, and then I think if you know your calendars well, the second legs are the week of the first legs of that, and the second leg of that is the week of the second legs of the Champions League. We would normally be 3 weeks apart of European football, but we'll find out there and then who we play next Friday. Alas, I feel like EFL European League double. That's what I want, Yank. Honestly,
that'd be great.
Oh, I can smell it.
Imagine that.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, before I start getting high on that intense smell, let's move on a bit further now. The first game we have to worry about though is against Newcastle. Obviously tonight, big result. I'm hoping it has done the confidence of these players the world of good.
Of course.
Each of you, how do you assess now the game on Sunday? Because obviously last night, we weren't looking. City extended their lead to 10 points, unfortunately. So that's over. Before it even started. That was over before it even started, to be honest, gentlemen. So we really now have to cement this top 4 spot. Yep. And then, as I say, focus on the trophies if we are able to progress as far as we can in both. So let's talk about Newcastle on Sunday. Big game. No Martial in the starting 11 tonight. I also, if I'm not wrong, Donny van de Beek didn't travel, nor did Edinson Cavani. Both are injured. So it might mean that we won't be able to shuffle the team the way we would have liked to for today. But even still, Sunday should be a good chance to still see some of the fringe players get a chance if United are in another commanding position. So I want to hear what you guys think on Sunday.
Well, as long as Matty Longstaff isn't playing, we should be all right.
I think they're not okay with the manager.
I hate that guy, man. I hate that guy.
He's bad both times.
Nemesis, man.
He's bad both times. But on a serious note, I'm not gonna read too much into what's happened today, because obviously our last couple of games we came off the back of a really good result against what's they called, against Southampton, and then obviously we've seen what's happened there. So it's one of those ones of we have to set up. We have to start. We have to get out the breaks early. I say it all the time. That's going to be the crucial thing for us to kind of determine where we end this season. Because if we're taking 1 or 2 minutes to get into a game, as we saw today, as we saw on the weekend, you know, it's killing us. We need to stop playing catch up. We need to stop conceding first and being like, oh, sugar, we've conceded now. Let's chase the game. No, we need to. I feel like Solskjaer needs to set the team up very. I don't say very attacking, but he needs to drill into them. We need to score within the first 15 minutes. Like, and how much? I'm not too fussed, but we need to kill the game off early. You know, Newcastle coming off a really topsy-turvy couple of games. I think they lost against Chelsea, but the game before that they played against, was it Everton?
They beat Everton.
And
They beat Everton, yeah.
So they can score. They haven't got the greatest ability other than St. Maximan and Almiron, but Callum Wilson, if
He's
he
injured.
plays,
He's injured, yeah.
He's out for weeks.
Okay, so I think the only threat is obviously St. Maximan and Almiron. Again, as long as we can cancel them out and stop John Joe Shelby from playing, because on his game he can play. You know, he's known in the Premier League. You know, he can throw his weight about. He's got a rude boy shot on him, and he can spray a pass. Literally, as long as we can cancel pretty much that midfield three, we should be all right. And again, it comes back to my same point of we need to get into their faces from the moment the ref blows that whistle. If they're kicking off, we need to be steam training and get within 5 yards of the ball every time. Let's not hold back and prey on the counter, because like I said, if Rashford's not converting, if Martial's not converting, it's going to cost us. So like I said, first 15 minutes we need to score, but like I said, I'm not really going to look too much into today's result. Like, I know we can score, that's, you know, it's obvious, but we just got to see, man, how it goes. So I'm just really sitting on the fence with this one because it's at home as well, and our record at home isn't great.
Yeah, go on, guys.
Like Rory said, after winning games, for some reason we go into the next game and get complacent. Think that the game's already won before we start and end up losing. That's what we've been doing a lot recently. So we can't go into the game with that mentality. We need to go into the game not thinking, Newcastle are easy, they're struggling, we're going to beat them. We need to start off fast from the first minute of the game. Like Rory said, get an early goal, try and kill the game off. Like, even if you can kill it off before half time, kill the game off, then you can rest some players. Not go. All we're doing is going to go ahead, going to go behind, and then trying to chase the game, and it's not working. Like just that against West Brom, we got an equaliser, couldn't score again. We need to get the first goal, and then get more goals. We need to do that, because not every time we're able to come back from conceding. Look, we saw West Brom game, we couldn't do it. So it's not every time we can go behind and come back. That trend has to stop now. We need to go ahead in the games now and get more goals, win games convincingly now, because we're second now. Leicester are level with us. If we drop any more points, other teams are going to be chasing, and eventually we're going to be out of the top four very soon. Yeah. So this is a must-win game. Like, if Andy Carroll plays, I hope he doesn't, because he's a handful. Defenders are going to have to be. Obviously, we know how from crosses and stuff we're not good. So if Andy Carroll's playing, that's going to be a hard task. So, and hopefully McTominay's fit, because I don't want to see Fred and Matic playing, because that will be, if Donny's not fit either, then them two are going to have to play. So hopefully McTominay's fit.
That's a low block midfield.
Exactly. Yeah. We can't have that. We need to go, obviously not all guns blazing and attacking, but we can't be setting up with Fred and McTominay playing every game, because this is too defensive. We don't need two defensive midfielders against Newcastle. We can have one and play someone else with him. Like, if Donny's fit, play Donny with him. You can't be playing these defensive every game. So we need to win this game at any cost. Don't concede, score the first goal, get a few more goals, and beat Newcastle. Because Newcastle realistically ain't a great side. They've got obviously a few players that can be dangerous on their day, but realistically, Newcastle shouldn't be a threat to us. So we shouldn't let them. And obviously, they're a bit of a physical team as well. So we need to make sure. Like, I want to see Bailly playing if he can. We need to have physicality in this match. We can't have any passengers, because some of their players are very physical and they'll knock us out the way. So we need to be strong, win the game early, and then look towards next Thursday for the next game. So
I'd say we just have to be patient in our play, because we know how Newcastle are going to set up they're just gonna play a low block and just try to catch us on the counter attack. So we just have to be patient and not force any passes. Apart from that, I think we have the players to beat them. It's just whether or not we actually play good. We can't go goal down like you guys have been saying, because recently we haven't been making a comeback against Sheffield United and against West Brom. So we have to get the first goal, and then from there just control the game management, and then we can look to rest some of our players like Bruno, Rashford, and other players as well. But I'd like to see Bailly start as well, because Lindelof will just get bullied by Andy Carroll if Andy Carroll plays. And apart from that, we just have to keep pressure on City. I know the league title's already done, but I'd like to see us finish second, because I think we're better than Leicester. We just haven't been as consistent as, obviously we're ahead of them on goal difference, but we haven't been consistent in the big games. Leicester have been doing well in the big games, so we just have to be more consistent, and I want to see us finish second. So these are the type of games we have to win.
Something that will hold you with a bit of hope regarding Leicester City is that tonight they failed to beat Slavia Prague. It ended 0-0, and they struggled. I watched all 3 games by the Tottenham, Leicester, and Man United. United, obviously, on the big screen. That's dedication. But tonight, Leicester struggled in Prague. I think they didn't have it all their own way. Had a couple of penalty calls waved away and didn't really create too many chances. Slavia could have scored on 2 occasions, in fact. So it shows that the Europa League for them is coming at a time when the league form is pretty good. And it's more the opposite, where United have struggled to win in the Premier League. They won in Europe tonight. Leicester have had a good run in the Premier League, but have suddenly hit the Europa League and are struggling a bit against a very good Slavia team. So now that begs the question, they must go strong in the second leg, which means against Aston Villa on Saturday, they could rest players. There could be 1 or 2 that will be sacrificed to be played on Thursday night in the second leg at Leicester. So there's a question. There's a question on that, first of all. The other question I have, obviously, was does Williams start against Newcastle? Personally, I asked that for everyone. If it means it stops Wan-Bissaka getting a knock or 2, sure. But bear in mind, he is the only person we can play at right back. But it's a tough ask.
Maybe Williams can play.
Nah, I think we should play 3 at the back, 5 across the midfield, and you got Shaw and James doing the flanks. We've done that before, in my opinion.
I'd give Williams a chance though, like just to give him minutes. Yeah. Just give him minutes. That's what I would think. Give him a couple. Let's say,
what's Twan Xavier at right back? He done well against.
Yeah, he stayed there a couple of times.
Or Everton.
I don't know how his confidence isn't. His confidence is not 100% right now. So I don't know if you can trust him to play in that game.
Nah,
I don't think Ollie trusts him right now. So
that's not because of hopefully not because of external matters. But I hope
no.
Yeah, but I do hope that it's more just based on form and the fact that the last couple of games he hasn't had the best performance. Yeah, we know Sheffield United and Everton. Look, 2 errors that led to goals that United did concede. Not his fault, the own goal, but the foul that led up to that equaliser is something that Ollie might have played on his mind a bit. So if it means he does go to, I don't think he'll play 3 at the back. That's a bit of a wild call. This is probably why I have to. It's not a logical decision for some of the fans. I agree with that, but if you give Wan-Bissaka a little bit of time to find some energy, he is also on a yellow card, which is a bit of a worry for me for the second leg. So I'm hoping he doesn't act stupid against them in the return. But although maybe. I think yellow cards get wiped out in the quarterfinals. So he will have, if he does get played on Sunday, he can rest next week, and it might just avoid him getting booked on next Thursday, because we do need him to be.
Might know Williams in that game possibly.
Yeah. So put Williams in that game on Thursday.
Saint Maxim, I can't trust Williams.
Lack of pace.
Wan-Bissaka will be better against.
Lack of pace, first of all. So that's the problem.
He'll skin him.
Understand he's a lot more technical in terms of possession, in terms of playing the ball out from the back and getting forward.
We saw him against Delors, I think it was last season, and Saint Maxim got the better of Delors pretty much every single time. So I can't trust Williams.
Williams is an improved Gary Neville. So I wouldn't put Williams.
I reckon he'll get learned out next season.
Yeah.
For his sake, I hope he does.
Yeah, I'll get a loan out because if we get another right back in or Dallo comes back, he ain't gonna play, so he'll probably get loaned out.
Yeah.
Another thing Yank Talking Spec brought up was Matic is sitting as a fourth midfield defender in the midfield. So what we're saying here is don't risk Scott, but because it's the Premier League, I still think he should play. But obviously, touch of wood, he didn't get such a big knock this evening.
Yeah.
He didn't look too bad, thankfully, coming off the pitch. But you can't read too much into it. So that's just down to what Ollie says. And when they get back to England, we'll see how he is. But if it does mean that Matic will play, then he'll have to play because we haven't got Pogba at the moment. Pogba could have started.
Yeah.
We could have started that game if he wasn't injured. So,
but if we play Matic, I feel like we can't play Fred. I feel like Matic has to play as the lone defensive midfielder and then play Bruno and Mata. We'll have to play
Bruno would be the assistant player.
Yeah. In the last game against Newcastle, I remember Mata, Van der Beek, and Fernandes all linked up. I'm ready for a nice goal for Bruno.
Yeah,
that was a wicked goal.
We're missing Van der Beek in this game as well, though. So
he might be fit though. You don't know if he might not be. Who knows how serious the injury is? We're hoping
that the injuries were nothing like.
Might have been just a little knock.
Yeah, like small muscular stuff that they can get over in 2 to 3 days. That's fine as long as it's that. Then great. But if not, I do think Ollie will need to shuffle because of the fact that he is taking into consideration our next game against Newcastle and then the Europa League is Chelsea. And Chelsea are on a good run of form. Bear in mind, though, they've got the Champions League before they play us. So they've got a hard game against
Madrid.
And let's go who are top of their league at the moment against the Chelsea who are beaten in 6. So their circumstances are a little, pear-shaped at the moment. But I still think they're going to be, after their last results, very difficult to play against. So I would still want to rest players in the second leg, but I still want on Sunday to see if they're not got any serious injuries, the likes of Scott and Aaron to play. But the risk was obviously it's greater with Scott because he's taken a few bumps recently. So it's going to be hard. We know if Van der Beek isn't fit, that's a problem with the sitting midfielder, and that would then ask Mata to come in and play in the whole.
I want my Mata playing.
I mean, look, tonight he played for a few minutes, of course, but even still, he nearly got a goal. He still looks sharp. He still has a role to play in the team. No matter how long he's here for, he still has some way. He has something to contribute for us in the time that he's here. So, however long he's left that he has got at United, I still see him as someone who essentially can help United.
Experienced.
I think after Bruno, he's like one of our most one of our most creative players. So he can be integral in terms of on the attacking front. It's just how twigged the attacking front is. So this game against Newcastle, I feel like it would be ideal to play him because he's got a good reputation at Newcastle. I think he scored his debut goal.
He's got a few goals against them. Free kick or something.
So it'll be a good game. It'll be a good game for him to kind of show his class. Hopefully, chip him with a goal or an assist. Play at least a strong 75 minutes, and then obviously get him on the following week for Real Sociedad to start.
A string of games. A string of games for him would help. These two are good chances.
Definitely.
So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
We need everyone available and firing right now.
I think if he doesn't play against Newcastle, then he'll play in the second leg against Sociedad. Because
100%.
Our players.
He'll start one of the 2 games anyway. He'll probably the second game more likely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So there we go. Let's solve your problem there, Yank Talking Spec. Hopefully, we've tried our best to fix the selection for Sunday. We can only find out when Ollie and the lads get back from Italy what the toll is on the likes of McTominay and co after tonight. But he's hoping that they are okay for Sunday. He did say Martial was a doubt to start, but came off the bench. He didn't look too bad, did Martial?
He might start. He probably start.
He might start. Yes, that means that he'll. If that means he. Yeah. If that means he plays on Wednesday. Yeah.
Does Dean Henderson play on Sunday over De Gea?
Yeah. I would personally.
No,
he didn't put a foot wrong today. I'll play him today. He looked confident. I reckon I'll play him. You know how you're going to see how good he does if you give him a string of games.
Ollie has a problem. Ollie has a big problem now, boys. again, Henderson's kept a clean sheet tonight. So, what's that? The last match he played was in the FA Cup against Liverpool, and then it was against West Ham. West Ham clean sheet. With Sociedad clean sheet. I'm starting to think, even though he's nominated the cup goalkeeper, he's now starting to rattle De Gea's cage. He's starting to threaten.
Massive pressure on him right now.
Yeah, he is now, I think, cementing himself not only as well, he's already solidly number 2, but he's absolutely well in his right to knock on the manager's door and say, I performed very well recently, so I should be able to play in a couple of Premier League games just so that I'm able to continue my good run of form. Now,
I would personally.
I would understand, as hard as it is as a fan right now because of the form he's in, if David De Gea starts this game, because naturally Premier League games, De Gea starts. That's always
probably
the
will
mantra.
come back in, to be fair. Probably will come
He
back
will,
in.
yeah, he will probably come back in.
More than likely.
Exactly.
But I prefer Dino to play, but it's up to the manager, isn't it?
But David's got a problem. In terms, not injury-wise, just his confidence. His confidence is quite low right now. I don't think it's been as low as this since he's been at United. So you're now thinking, can he step up to the standards Dean has set by playing the way he's done this evening? It's a big ask, but it will mean a lot if he can keep a clean sheet on Sunday.
Who knows? They have a world-class game on Sunday, and then we're not, obviously, all that talk about him could be gone.
But that thing is as well, do you play a keeper who's low on confidence or a keeper who's had, the best run, who's got like after his last three performances, he's got clean sheets.
Easy decision. It's an easy decision.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because, so I feel like if David doesn't play on Sunday and Dino does, it should kind of, put a rocket up his bum to be like, I need to kind of get my shit in order, especially if he sees Dino's performances in set piece situations, because that's where David De Gea has been rattled. Absolutely rattled. So Newcastle would be the ideal game for Dino, for Henderson to play in for that specific reason, in my opinion.
See how he deals with it.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
Mehdi, how about you?
I think he should play. I don't think he will play. I think Oli favours De Gea, but Henderson's distribution is
phenomenal.
Today, his kicking
very good, very good,
very good. He kicked the ball so far, and De Gea's distribution is it's never been good for him.
It's never been the greatest since he joined us.
And the way Henderson deals with balls coming into the box is like De Gea. We all know De Gea is like scared at times to come out and punch the ball, but Henderson will take out his own players, and we saw
fills you with confidence. He fills you with confidence.
I think we saw it against Watford where he took out Bailly, and today he almost took out Tellez.
That's what you got to do. You got to do it as a keeper.
You have to do it as a keeper.
Man and ball, everything.
Absolutely.
I would play him, but I don't think Oli is gonna play him. He's gonna take De Gea.
The thing I enjoy about, which I think we all saw him at Sheffield United last season on loan, but the thing we enjoy most about is that he's vocal, is that he's confident in his own penalty area. He will make one or two mistakes. It happens. Every keeper has one of those. David's made a few, but there's a reason why right now he's getting a little bit of criticism. It's because the mistakes are leading to United dropping points or possibly key goals that would eliminate us from the competition, a la Messi's against us in 2019 or the Everton event last week. Those are moments that Chelsea as well. Those are moments that fans are just starting now to big moments in big games where he's not giving them the match, but just not able to get the
He's
win.
not helping us out. And then where's Mehdi? He's playing against us.
MK's getting some love, boys. Desmond's here to send him some love there, mate.
He's playing against us, man.
The Everton, obviously the Chelsea game, he cost us maybe the FA Cup. He could have won the FA Cup last season. That Everton the other day, 2 points we dropped. See, our Barcelona that time. So it's been Everton a couple of seasons back with the deflection when he kicked it out. So he's made a lot of mistakes over the last 2 or 3 years. So it's not like he's just one or two. He's made 5, 6, 7 mistakes.
He's also been our best player for the past couple of years
Exactly.
since
Exactly.
Fergie's gone as well. So
Yeah.
you have to
You've got to weigh
you have to weigh it up. But like I think in terms of the present, I do feel like Hendo. I feel like Newcastle would be the ideal game for Hendo to start, for Ole to kind of
see where he's at.
that'll be a game. That'll be a game for Hendo to kind of cement his place further in that United.
Don't think it'll happen though.
It won't.
The Hayes come back in. The Hayes always comes back in.
It'll be a Rojo situation, but we'll see. We'll see.
We will. I hope that Ollie makes the right call, but he has a real conundrum on his hands. We'll find out on Sunday though if he trusts Dean in goal against Newcastle. I think before we sign off, we should highlight something that we've all been very excited to see. He finally got minutes tonight. Good on Amad Diallo. Well done to him. Fantastic to see him finally get a debut in a Man United shirt. Respect to Ollie finally pulling the trigger.
Finally giving him some minutes, man.
He gave him minutes.
Long enough.
Yep, he gave him some minutes, albeit on the left-hand side, which is a little bit of a problem, but we understand that he's got time, he's got adaptations to make, and he's learning on the roll. He's learning on the roll. So it's like you working at retail, you have lots of time to understand things or learn new shit. You do it while you're at it, while you're on the job. So he's doing that too while at United now. When he gets minutes, he plays. He's proving his worth. I'd have loved to see Shortire play this evening. It would have been lovely.
Maybe next game he might get some minutes.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed he'll get the opportunity. Fingers crossed he'll get the opportunity in the next leg, if anything, because that's a chance for him to blow up in Ahmad as well.
Ahmad's he's already played 38 minutes of Champions League football, so he's no stranger to European football. Do you know what I mean?
Done alright when he came on as well. He done a little bit of skill. He done a little skill. He got a free kick. I like that.
He's got something about him. I don't think he's gonna be our call-in, but he's definitely somebody for the future. Hopefully they nurture him as much as they nurtured Greenwood.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We're all excited for him, and it's a great night for the lad. So well done to him for getting his debut for Man United. He's hoping that it's the future. The future's brighter for our Ivorian king. Fingers crossed, eh? But alas, because football's still to be played and time between now and Sunday, I need to get digging right back into the Europa League nonsense. So before we sign off this evening, I want to get you guys. I don't know how I'm going to be opposed to this. I would have said today Daniel James, but really it's Bruno Fernandes, isn't it? It's Bruno.
For his goal contribution, but for effort, if it's all about effort, I'm going for James, but in terms of standout performance,
Bruno got the 2 goals.
Definitely Bruno.
100%. Has to be Bruno. But obviously, a lot of random matches today because a lot of players were superb. But obviously, Bruno, he scored the first 2 goals. He won us the game effectively. Everyone else, James was close second because he done very well. Also.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I second that.
Lady?
I'd say Bruno Fernandes, the 2 goals and overall his performance was brilliant, but the whole team was good as well.
Absolutely fantastic. Lads, appreciate it. Really love it. You all coming on tonight. Fantastic performance from Manchester United in the Europa League.
Happy today, boy.
Happy days. What? We can sleep easy, everybody. I was anxious coming into today's game, and I couldn't have it. You couldn't have seen me at 4 p.m. this afternoon when I probably was shaking to my core and just sort of having running.
So was I, boy.
Didn't happen, Pep. He didn't do his magic tonight. Save it for another day, pal. But alas, Manchester, great job. Well done to them and Ollie and the lads. Hopefully the safe journey back for them lot, and we hope to see you all on Sunday because that's where we'll be. That's when this show will be back. But we'll have the preview for the Newcastle game out on Saturday, and then it's back to me on Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the 2 nights. We'll do the preview for the second leg of the Europa League between Sociedad and Manchester United. It's going to be a quick one, I think, but who knows? But nevertheless, keep following us on Twitter. Hit us on the socials. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube now for more of this wonderful content. Thank you all for tuning in and to the lads for joining me as well. Until the next one, United, I've made it simple. Now just go and whip the Geordies backsides on Sunday. Until the next one, lads. See you soon. Good night.
See you later, boys. Take care.
Take care.